In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to do calculations in Microsoft Excel 2016. But before we start doing calculations, we need to learn how to recognize different mathematical operators in Microsoft Excel 2016. For that purpose, I have already created some mathematical operators to show you how these operators look like. So we have to click on this tab, and now you can see that on the keyboard you have several keys that you use for doing calculations. We mainly have these 4 keys or these 4 operators to do different calculations on spreadsheet. If on the spreadsheet we want to perform division, we have to use this /. If we want to perform multiplication, we have to use this asterisk symbol that is equivalent to product sign or multiplication sign. If we want to perform addition, we have to use this plus sign. If we want to perform subtraction, we have to use this minus sign. Now if you are using a laptop computer, you can also find these keys very easily. If you want to perform division, then you need /, and you can find this key near the shift key, that is on the bottom side of your keyboard. If you want to use asterisk sign, that means you want to do multiplication, you can find this key on your number 8. You have to use this symbol with shift key. So if you are using shifted 8, then you can put your asterisk symbol. Now if you want to put your plus symbol, you can find this button near the backspace key. So to put this plus sign, you have to use your shift key, and then you have to press that button that has equal sign and plus sign together. Then if you want to do subtraction, you can find this button near the plus equal button that is on the left hand side of this key, this plus equal sign key. So you can find / near the shift key that is on the right hand side of your keyboard. You can find your multiplication key or multiplication symbol that is asterisk on the number 8. You have to use it with shift key. You can find your plus sign on the left hand side of your backspace key. You have to also use this with shift key. You can find your minus sign on the left hand side of your plus key. Now let's see examples of each of these operators so that we can understand the concept how these mathematical operators work in Excel. So we have to come in here. Now if we want to divide 15 by 15, we don't have to type in 15, we can type in just the cell value. But remember, your Excel formula always starts with the equal sign. So first of all, we have to type in equal. Then we can type in this cell value. We can either type it manually or we can just click on this. Then we want to divide, so we have to type in / like this. Then we want to divide it with this value, so we can put the cell value of this or cell address of this. Now if we press enter, you will see that our answer is 1. So we are going to press enter. Now you can see that our answer is 1. So if we divide 15 by 15, we get outcome 1. That is the division, and that is how our division operator works. Then let's say we want to multiply 15 by 15. Then how we are going to do this? We just have to do the same thing. We have to first of all type in is equal to, then we have to type in this, that is the cell address E2. So we are going to click on it. Now we need to put this symbol. So how we are going to put it? We have to use shift key plus 8. Then this is asterisk symbol, and this acts like multiplication. Then we need to put this, that is G2. Then if we press enter, you will see that our outcome is 225 or 225. That is the multiplication of 15 by 15. And yes, it is 225. So this is how we can do multiplication in Excel. Now we need to add these two numbers, and how we are going to do that? We just have to type in is equal to, then we need to put this value or the cell address of this value, that is, you can see E3. For the cell address of this value is E3, then we need to put plus sign. So we are going to put plus sign. Then we need to put this, that is G3. Then we can press enter. Now you can see that 15 plus 15 is equal to 30. Now we need to subtract this number and this number, means we want to subtract this number from this number. So we are going to again type in is equal to, then the cell address of this value, that is E4. So E4, then this symbol, that is minus. So we are going to type in minus. Then we need to put this one, that is G4. Okay. So G4. Now we are going to press enter, and you can see that 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. So 15 divided by 15 is equal to 1. 15 multiplied by 15 is equal to 225. 15 plus 15 is equal to 30. 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. So this is how these mathematical operators works in Excel 2016 or any other Excel program. Now we are going to go back to our original spreadsheet that we created in the previous part. So this is our original spreadsheet, and we are going to do calculations over here based off of these columns. So the first calculation we are going to do here is called multiplication. And why we are going to do multiplication? Because we want to find out the amount that we gained by renting this book at this rate at this times. So first what we are going to do, we are just going to click on here, and then like always we are going to type in is equal to, then we need to put the value of this, then multiply it with this. So we need to put B3 like this. Then we need to put multiplication sign, that is asterisk. Then we need to multiply this value with this value. So we are going to click over 25, and this is cell C3. Now if we press enter or we click over here, it will get our answer. So we are going to press enter, and now you can see that this is 387.5 or 387 rupees 50 paise. I'm going to do it again so that you can understand the concept how multiplication works in Excel 2016. So we have to click on here, then we need to press equal sign, then we need to multiply these two numbers. So we are going to click on here on rupee 20 and 50 paise. Then we need to put multiplication sign, then again click here. So B4 multiplied by C4, then press enter or click on here, and you can see that multiplication of this number times this number is rupee 307.5 or rupee 307.50 paise. Now if we want to apply the same calculation over all these other books that were rented at rupee 10.5, 9.5, 17.5 and 25.5, we just have to drag this corner up to here, and you will see that all the calculations are automatically done for us. Now let's say I also want to explain something else here. So I'm going to do Ctrl plus Z or undo, and it will just remove the changes that we just made. And then let's say if you don't want to do this like this, you can also press Ctrl plus enter, like we are going to type in is equal to, then this cell, multiplication, then this cell. Then if you don't want to put enter key, we can use Ctrl plus enter. Now you will be wondering what is the difference between enter and Ctrl plus enter. Yes, of course there is a difference. So I'm going to explain what is the difference between enter and Ctrl plus enter. So I'm going to come in this cell, then I'm going to type in is equal to, then this cell, multiplication, then this cell. Now I'm going to press enter, and you have to notice what happened. Okay, the multiplication of this number and this number is 190. Now I'm going to again type in is equal to, then this cell multiplication, then this cell, then control, enter. Now I think you have noticed what is the difference. When you press enter, it does the calculation and goes to the next cell. When you press control enter, it just stays on the same cell where it does calculation. So I'm going to show it again. I'm going to press equal, this cell multiplication, this cell. Now I'm again going to press control enter, and you will see that it will do the calculation and will stay in the same cell. Okay, so did you notice that it stays in the same cell? So that is the basic difference between enter and control plus enter. So this is the first part of our calculation. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some new labels to this table. So I'm going to create some labels over here, and this is total. So we are going to type in total. Then we need to create another label, that is average. So we are going to type in average, and it will find the average of all these. Then we are going to create max, that will find the maximum number or maximum value out of these numbers. Then we are going to create min, that is stand for minimum, and it will find us what is the minimum out of these numbers. I'm also going to count the number of items that are in this table. So I'm going to create this one. So I'm going to type in count like this. Now I'm going to do some formatting on these labels. So I'm going to select all these labels that we just created, and then we are going to come in here on the home tab under alignment group, and from here we can select either left alignment, center alignment, or right alignment, because we want to make alignment right. So we have to click on here. So what we did, we first selected all these labels that we wanted to keep on the right hand side or in the right alignment. Then we came over here on the alignment group and clicked on this right alignment button. Now I'm going to come in here and do some calculations over here. Now if I'm going to add these numbers, or if I'm trying to just find out the total of these numbers or these figures, then that will make no sense, because if we total the price of each book, that doesn't make any sense, and that doesn't give us any particular information. So what we are going to do, we are going to come in here, and then let's say we want to find out the total of rentals, that what is the total number of times that these all books are rented, because that will give us some particular information and some relevant information. I'm going to show you first how to do it manually. So like always, I'm going to type in is equal to, then I'm going to type in SUM, sum, open your bracket or open your parenthesis like this. Then we need to define the range that we want to sum. So I'm going to click on here, then I'm going to select the range like this. So I have selected the range that is from C3, this one, through C8. So this range is between C3 through C8. Then I need to close the parenthesis. Then if you press enter, you will see that it added all these numbers that are here in this range C3 through C8. So we are going to press enter, and now you can see that the total of all these rentals is 85. So all these books are rented 85 times or to 85 persons, whatever you want to say. Now I'm going to come in here on this cell, and how we can come in here, we just have to press tab key to go towards the right hand side. So we are going to press tab key. Now what I want to do, I want to come in here, and how we can come in here, we just have to press tab key, and then let's say I want to sum all the amounts that we have here, so that we can get information what is the total income. But this time we don't want to do it manually, we want to do something else. So this time we are going to use Autosum feature, that is a very powerful feature of Excel. So for this purpose, you have to select that one extra cell where you want to put the sum for these numbers. So let's say we want to put the sum over here. Then we need to come in here and click on this button, Autosum. And now you can see that it has selected the anticipated range, but sometimes it does wrong and sometimes it does correct. But if you want to define the correct range, you can also do that. For Autosum, you just have to select the range for this Autosum feature. Then you can press enter key, or you can press Control Enter. So we are going to press Control plus Enter, and if we press Control plus Enter, you can see that it added all these amounts and put the sum or total over here. But it also doesn't go to the next cell, but it stays on the same cell. So that is the feature of Control plus Enter. But if we press Enter, the selection goes to the next cell. Now you can see on the formula bar, while this cell is selected, that the formula that Autosum feature used is this one, is equal to sum D3 through D8. If we click over here, you can see that the formula for this cell is this one, is equal to sum C3 through C8. So although we use two different methods, but formulas are exactly the same, only their ranges are different because we are adding or we are making total of different ranges or different values. So this is how we can add different numbers in Excel. So either we can add these numbers manually, or we can do addition by this feature Autosum that you see over here in the editing group. So this lesson concludes here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.